I was 17 and a half, I joined the Navy. Went to Great Lakes, Illinois, and went in the submarine service. Served on the East Coast and the West Coast. I chose to become a medic or hospital corpsman, and then got out and then joined the National Guard for 2 years. Before I had the CVA and then coinciding stroke, I was driving taxi for 7 years. ASI has a program called NCEP, and I was in pretty bad shape. I wasn't able to talk very clearly, couldn't really move my hands, still can't move the left one, but we sure as heck gave it a try. I don't think I would have been here without the NCEP program. With having those connections, I got into an ASI housing unit. If ASI wasn't around, I don't think I would be.
So we were talking about this before a little bit, but you grew up playing sports, right?
Oh, my senior year, our very first game, we were getting ready for the opening kickoff against Lourdes High School in Rochester.
Okay.
We were back for the kick return, and the ball went through his hands, rolled into the end zone, and I just picked it up and I kind of took a quick look and I returned it for 103 yards. Wow. To start our season that year.
That's how you started the season?
Yeah.
103 yards?
103-yard kickoff return. We ended up winning that game 58-0.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I have my first memory of when I played high school football. It did not go like that.
Yeah.
And so when was the accident then after that?
The accident was in 2011.
Okay.
It was a Friday. I remember that. It was a Friday going into a Saturday. Yeah, well, we were sitting poolside there drinking all day, and then we ended up going to Lake Elmo with them.
Sure.
I don't really remember getting there, but apparently we decided it would be a good idea to go jet skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ended up crushing my head on the bottom of the lake, crushing the C4 and C5 vertebrae in my neck, collapsing both lungs. 2 liters of lake water in the lungs. So, they're like, oh, he might not make it. And then it was, oh, he's not going to move from the neck down and never going to breathe without the trach. I was bound and determined. In my head right away, I was like, man, there's no way I'm walking again. So I fought as hard as I could to get back as much as I could.
And would you say ASI has helped in kind of getting that independence back?
Oh, yeah, they've helped me get to a level of independence that I didn't think I was going to get to. That's for sure.
So now you're here, basically.
Yeah, now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Justin had his own apartment, a job, and liked playing basketball in his spare time. But after a phone call, his family discovered him in his apartment one day, disoriented, confused, and emaciated. Following months in acute care with extensive hospital testing, he was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder that caused his brain to swell, leaving some damage. His family ran out of ideas after trying to care for him at home. They connected with accessible space for the rehabilitation, housing, and 24/7 care Justin needs. He is making encouraging progress. His body continues to heal. His family continues to hope.
I went through rehab when I was at NCEP. I just lost a lot of memory and never finished school. It just really bums me out, but I'm really, really happy to still be alive and I can still move forward, So I love it when I wake up every morning. Oh, thank God. Yeah.
It's a real nice day out today. What do you think? Pretty nice song. Man, I love this song so much.
I have cerebral palsy, so that's something that I was born with. I've used a wheelchair since I was probably about 6. This building is definitely the most accessible building I've ever lived in, honestly. My parents would always make sure that our houses at least, had, for example, a bathroom that I could make use of, and obviously my bedroom, and in general, make sure I could get around the house. But for example, I remember being really, really glad that when I first toured this apartment, I noticed that the kitchen is wheelchair accessible, because every other place I've lived, even if it was, you know, moderately wheelchair accessible, has never had a kitchen that I could make full use of. And probably my favorite thing about living in this building is the fact that I can fully use the kitchen, and the bathroom's pretty awesome too. I can actually turn all the way around. Oh, sorry, I'm studying elementary education. It's always been a dream of mine to teach. So hopefully soon. I'm about halfway through with that program. Maverick loves kids, so I'm sure that'll be a huge draw for the children. Hey, look what the dog is doing, guys.
Yes.